you're an anti-Semite, and that's something you need to deal with.
In this video, I ask Israeli settlers if they have any message they'd like to pass on to our viewers that either identify as being left-wing or liberal. These are the messages that they wanted to share.
I think the most important thing for me to pass on to viewers who live abroad and have a certain have a view of this area from what they read. There's a lot of disinformation out there. I mean, you must have imagined a settler as being, this crazy demon who hates Arabs and says how much he wants them all to be out of here. And you're looking at me, I'm a normal person. Okay, I have a British accent thanks to my parents, but I'm totally Israeli. I was born here. I'm raising my kids over here. And this is my home, and I consider myself to be quite a nice person. In university, it was my first opportunity to meet Muslims and Christians who live here in the same region. And I think that it's extremely unfortunate that me and the people from the hill across don't have a normal relationship. I think that if you really deeply care about this area, this is where you can help in initiatives that help people to come together and live here together, not in initiatives that call to expel people from their homes. In 2017, it's completely irrelevant. Why would you try and create a situation of new refugees? It doesn't matter which religion they have. I mean, at the end of the day, we are all human beings living here in the region. This is my home. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. And I understand that some people all around me, people feel the same way. So the most realistic thing to do would be finding that solution for us to just live here quietly and peacefully together, and finding a way to build bridges as opposed to destroying homes.
What I often tell people is be a heretic. Okay, I know it's funny to hear that from an Orthodox Jew, but I mean that not in a religious sense. A heretic is someone who rebels against the orthodoxy. There are prevailing narratives that we are spoon-fed and expected to believe and to take home and to consume. And these narratives, they dictate the way we think about things in so many ways we don't even realize. And I would say when thinking about Israel, when thinking about settlers, when thinking about people who have there's a clear discourse about them in the media or in the places where you read about them, think about how maybe you can challenge those stereotypes. Challenge them and see if they really hold water.
First thing for the left wing, guess what, liberal Jews? You win! We created the most liberal country in this whole region, okay, by far. We have Arab Knesset members, we have Arab Supreme Court justices, we treat Arabs in our hospitals, etc. It's really a place where Arabs in general have upward mobility, better than any place in the Middle East. So feel good about that, and just accept the fact that we are still in a security situation, and liberalism has to be tempered by the reality that we haven't persecuted for the last 2,000 years. There's still people who would like to persecute us, and therefore we have to be strong against them, and we can't give up all of we can't open up all the doors, and we have to keep our ethnic state safe. And the first priority of a Jewish state, or any state, is to protect its citizens, for the Jewish state to protect its Jewish citizens.
And the left-wing people, what can I say? It's almost impossible to persuade them and convince them, because they are much more religious than I am. Because I would only say, look at the facts. The facts have a message of its own, and you can't ignore it. And they're always welcome to hear, and we have many things to say. They just have to want to hear also the other side and look at the facts.
And to our leftist liberal viewers, maybe who are a little too active against the Jewish people, I suggest to you, if you really care about humanity, which is an admirable thing, maybe Africa, maybe parts of Asia could really use a little more help than this little fight we have going on here between cousins. If you feel incapable of viewing the world in a more objective point of view, you're an anti-Semite, and that's something you need to deal with.
To the leftists watching, I would say that you might have unexpected allies. You know, in terms of leading mankind into a post-capitalist world, there are a lot of Jews like me who live in these mountains who might find that goal sympathetic and might be interested in leading mankind towards a post-capitalist world. But it might be what we came back to life for, in fact. I think we came back to life after 2,000 years to change history, and we certainly would accept any allies who are interested in fixing the world.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and like us on Facebook, as every Monday and Thursday we'll be releasing more videos in the Unmasking Israeli Settlers series on the Israel Advocacy Movement channel.